Hello. It's Friday, the 14th of March, 2025. If you're watching live on YouTube, then it's just after 2 p.m. here in the UK. If you're watching live on Rumble, then it's just after 7 p.m. here in the UK. And if you're not watching live, I've got no idea what time it is. But welcome along anyway to the channel, The Fifth Guardian. I'm your host, Tony Hunt, where today I'll be player of games. But as always, it's not my story, not your story. Today's story is all about competing in multiple series, part 15 in Real Racing 3 update 13.2. So let's share the game. Boom. Let's have some audio. Boom. And yeah, let's sort of get racing. I'll just briefly go over in terms of what's gone on. So at the top of the screen, you can see I'm at 1,461 gold. So the plan was to get to 1,500 gold by the end of today. So there's a possibility of that. I have completed all the exclusive series. So in terms of series, there's no gold to be gained from getting to a completion level, unfortunately. But if you look in the top left-hand corner of the game, you'll see that my fame is at 603 and the body next to it is almost complete. And if I go up to 604 fame today, that's 68 additional gold. So that's the goal. So today is really going to be about going through the sort of things I would be doing in terms of earning as much money as possible. And in fairness, so money, I mean our dollars, uh, working your way to the next set of goal that you get from going up a fame level. And in addition, I'll do another motorsports race and again show you one of the races you can do that earns you a sufficient amount of M dollars in terms of hitting your daily allowance. Right, so I'm going to get on. I will be doing some time trials and online multiplayer racing as well, but I'm going to start off because I didn't get the opportunity to do it yesterday. You can see there on the right hand side, Endurance Legends using the Porsche 919 Hybrid 2014. So if I go into there, it takes me into the Legend section, and one of the series in the Legend section is the Endurance Legends, which if I go into it, Tier 5 has a number of cup competitions around Le Mans. Now I'm going to select the first one on the left hand side because it's daytime and therefore a lot easier to see. You can see there it's 10 laps. So a lot goes on the YouTube side says I came in quick this time. Thank you a lot for joining and thank you for saying hello in the chat. Very much appreciated. Very good to see you again. Right, so let's do. I know Le Mans I normally say is boring, but sometimes you've got to do the boring stuff. Uh, Now this is going to take about 30 minutes, but it's going to earn a significant amount first of our dollars, probably around about 150,000 our dollars, and more important than that, it'll earn me quite a significant amount of fame. Now, if you see in terms of the crew. I played a video off screen so that I could then get a free agent to hire, and an agent doubles your fame points gained in any race. So why not use one of the races where you earn the most amount of fame? Um, Maybe it's not quite the most efficient, um, but you do earn a significant amount being 10 laps around Le Mans. Let's get going. Now, not entirely sure if I'll hit the fame level with just this race, but it's going to be pretty close. And if I don't, then I definitely will with the motorsport stuff coming up. A lot asks, do I have the 919 Evo? Yes, I earned it in uh, update 13.1 through the limited series. But obviously I don't have it fully upgraded. But I think I took the series to something like 94%. And you can see I've not made the best of starts, but I don't think it matters too much. 10 laps to overtake 16 cars is more than achievable. So, to be fair, I normally do this race in an offline mode, so the races tend to be a bit easier. Whereas obviously, because I'm online, I'll be racing against copies of human opponents. Just so long as I can overtake some of them at each of those chicanes, I should be okay. Oh, there we go. So Locke says he doesn't get the option to watch Agent. So I don't know whether or not it's specific to a particular region. Obviously you do need to make sure that your device is on the internet to be able to play adverts effectively. So that, I think that would be the only thing. The other possibility as well is if you use VPN, there might be an issue if you're connected over VPN. That could be one of the reasons. Mickey Chizuru enters the YouTube chat. Welcome along. Good to see you again. Oh, too fast. Please. Too busy looking at the screen, not the game. Well, hey, that's half the fun. I'm already up into fourth though. So after this, I'll be in third and only 2 cars to catch, which I think will be fine. I think we'll be fine at that. I would say at the moment, even with brake assist set to 0, I'm still just a little bit slower than when I had brake assist set to low. But if I take a few little shortcuts, I can be a little bit quicker per lap. So one shortcut coming up is just to nip out that chicane, and look at that, I'm already on the tail of second. Yokotas says, hi Mr. Tony, how are you? I am very well, thank you very much. It's a Friday, here's another shortcut. The key here is not necessarily to be pretty or, you know, legitimate, shall we say. The key here is to win so that you can get your double points on fame. The agent only gives out double points if you come first, so it's absolutely critical to get first in this. And the guy ahead is a copy of someone in my team. Fortunately, they must slow the players down because this guy is the top racer in our team, and he would definitely leave me for dust if that was the real version of his racing. Oh, well, that's interesting, Alok. So Alok has said he still gets the video for gold, but he doesn't get the video for manager and agent. Not since the update. Okay. That is very interesting. I obviously haven't come across that problem, but I will keep an eye out for it. I do find, like, some people were complaining they weren't getting adverts to play to take their servicing down to 0, so it could be related to that. every now and then I have noticed they do end up doing that. So maybe just keep an eye out, see if it fixes itself. I wouldn't bother doing stuff like uninstalling the app and reinstalling it. I do tend to find that doesn't tend to sort the problem out. You get the same on, you know, like in addition to having the opportunity to get 5 crew members a day, you can also earn 5 tokens for free time trials. Do you get the same issue on time trials as well? Here we go. Right on his tail now. Technically he has got the better car in terms of straight line speed, but I do think this Porsche, believe it or not, for a Porsche is very good around the bends. So there we go, lap 3, I'm in the lead. I just got to stay there now. And a lot says, oh yeah, the advert frequency is reduced. Right. Now I've not experienced that, to be fair, but I am aware through previous live streams other people have commented on that. So it's more than likely related to the same thing, and probably is something to do with the update. I would probably just suggest hold fire, because they never, Real Racing 3 typically don't comment on such things. But lo and behold, in the background, you do tend to find these things get sorted. Ayako has put, I'm progressing the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT Limited Series. Let me go around this corner before I read the rest of that chat out. It's too many laps and makes me tired. Yes, sometimes the limit, I haven't done it yet. Mine will be on Thursday and Friday of next week. But I have noted, like for example, some of the exclusive series, every single cup is like between 7 and 10 laps. So all of a sudden it's a lot longer. So maybe it's one of those. But thank you for the information. So a locker's put in regards to the adverts, he reckons it's related to the number of races you do. Okay, I haven't noticed that, but then again with the live stream, and I do tend to do a lot of races, so I haven't noticed it, to be fair. But I wouldn't disagree with what you're saying if that's what you've seen. But it wouldn't make sense. Again, I don't understand why they just take such an opportunity away. I would always want people to be playing my game, and I'd be doing as much as possible to make them come back to play my game. But hey, that's just me. Okay, so 4th lap, I am 400 yards ahead, so I should win. Jose enters the chat and says, hello Jose, welcome along. Let's break around here, I think. A lot also puts, sometimes the issue for time trials is there too, yeah. Yeah, I suspect therefore it's all related to the same thing. Yeah, I'm not convinced uninstalling the app and reinstalling it necessarily fixes the issue as well. The one thing I've started doing, mainly because of the streams, 1 second, is I've always, on a daily basis now, I do restart my iPad and I clean it quite regularly as well in terms of the screen because I have got, but I mean they're clean, but I always find there's grease marks on the screen once I've done a couple of hours of racing. And I braked too late there, too late. Just about managed to save myself there. So Alocca's put, I am just scared of uninstalling and reinstalling as I have lost an account before. So that, yes. So I would say don't do that. I would just hold off, suffer the pain, and hopefully they'll fix that issue very shortly. I do find that these issues come and go quite regularly. So Jose has put, I could not find the time to do the Taycan. Yes, I understand that. I will be doing it next Thursday and Friday. Always like, again, I might be assuming incorrectly. One of the things I like about the limited series is at least they've acknowledged how long it takes to complete the limited series. So instead of them giving you 3 hours of free servicing and immediate upgrades, they give you a full 24 hours, which usually means I can split completing one of those events into 2 live streams. But each live stream is typically still over 2 hours long. Okay, so I'm being a bit sneaky with my driving today. I am cutting corners. Because I need to win. I need to go up to 1500. That's the target. This stream will continue until I get to that 1500. I really shouldn't say stuff like that. Uh, 1.4 times 31 says, why did the devs cancel real racing next? I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, because I'm not aware of anything being cancelled. Can you give a bit more detail? I won't be able to comment, but I'll look into it. So we're doing all right. We're in first. We're on lap 5, almost halfway through this race. Did break a little bit early there. Better early than late, though, I say. And in regards to my comment on the 24-hour free servicing on limited series, Jose's put, yeah, you're right. There's a bit more there. Let me just go around this corner. I'll read that out. Oh. I could at least do half to get to the 2 hours free services. Oh, right. And do the other, the other half the next day. Yes, exactly. That's how I approach limited series. Now, there's still a problem sometimes with limited series if the car earns you M dollars. Because typically what I find is you actually need 3 days to complete a car that earns you M dollars. Because typically you'll hit the 250,000 M dollar threshold when you've only hit about 33% of the limited series. But for all other cars, specifically the road collection ones, it's perfectly fine with the 24 hours of free servicing. So 1.4 times 31 says the developers were working on a better version of Real Racing 3. But I've heard that they cancelled it. Okay, well, I think if I was to comment, I mean, in fairness, I don't know. The only thing I would say, and I do think there's an issue here, is that because this game is 12 years old, although they keep putting new cars and obviously new tracks in, at the heart of the game, unfortunately, is the same engine in terms of the how the graphics are generated, and I would probably suggest that needs an update. Whether they can do that under the hood and keep it as Real Racing 3, or whether or not they need to actually produce a new version of the game. I would probably suggest as well is changing the engine is probably the biggest, will require the largest amount of devs to get that done. Effectively releasing new cars and tracks, I would not have considered it really dev work. I'd consider it more data, inputting of data for a new car in terms of how it drives, and obviously the tracks themselves. So I do think it's a different type of work from a gaming perspective. But I hadn't heard too much about Real Racing 3, what they're doing in the background in terms of actual game improvements. But I'll see what I can find out. Okay, so I'm on lap 7. I'm obviously doing my cheeky little stunt with me little shortcuts. I'm 1,000 yards ahead of second. So a lot says, and it's a fair comment, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Their ratings have increased from 3.9 to 4.3 recently. Well, that's interesting. A lot fair comment. I would like them to just maybe do an overhaul of the graphics, though. I really would like that. I do find on some of the smaller devices they are now struggling with the rendering, especially if you do what I do, which is effectively use AirPlay to display it on another device. More comments coming through. So Jose puts, oh right, okay. He said, yeah, that's why the Lime Rock Park chase view is weird. It's supposed to be on that game and reused. Okay. Yeah, I do find find the game still excellent after all this time. I just think it needs. I mean, they seem to have toned it down. I'm not sure I like the downgrade on the tone, but I still enjoy the racing. I'll tell you what I don't like, actually, to be fair, and that is either the dawn racing or the dusk racing. It's quite hard to see what's going on, and I do think that's to do with the game just being darker overall. That's why I always prefer, even though there's 3 Le Mans races or cups, I prefer this one because it's in the daylight and it's a lot easier to see what's coming up, even though you do obviously have a map to look at. Anyway, we're on lap 8. Time seems to be flying by. I'm still first and 1,500 yards ahead of second. Not particularly fast, to be fair, but that's fine. It's relatively clean and I'm in the lead. The key here is to win. I realised then I broke too late. So a lot says low-end devices can handle their game, but not without frying their all their functions. Yeah, you almost like have to. I reckon, because I was for a long time I was using a mini iPad to play the game, and I realised as soon as I started streaming, there was an extra function added, and it just wasn't powerful enough. So it's a shame, really. So I'm now using a bigger iPad, which after a period of time does it weighs heavy on the hands. Now I'm going to see exactly how much damage I've got on this car, because I reckon it's damaged. I'm going to do that by normally on this straight, if I had brakes on low, I could get up to 236 miles per hour. Normally at there I'd be 200 and I was a little bit behind that. Here I'd be 220, a little bit behind that. So I'm going to put money on I only get up to 232 miles per hour before I have to brake. I can already see the end there, you see. Yeah, there we go. So I must have caused a little bit too much damage. I reckon if I went in the cockpit, the windscreen's cracked. Let's have a look. No. Wow. I've got some damage somewhere because I'm not going as fast as I should be able to. So a lot also puts they can add extra data packs for graphics without overhauling, but the game is so big it would take time. Yeah. I think to some degree a lot of people are just happy by getting new content in the game every 6 weeks. New cars, and every now and then a new track. think the hardest decision now is what cars to put in. And Jose says, do you like Matt Monroe? I don't know who Matt Monroe is, or maybe I do, but it doesn't ring a bell. So I can't comment. Okay. That being said, it does feel like the car's a bit quicker. There we go, 2:45. That's not too bad. Obviously, I'm doing a bit of cheating there. I was able to do a 2:45 on brake assist set to low. But I am having to go and cut a few corners to get to that time. At 1.4 times 31 asks, do I play any other games? So the short answer to that is yes. But the long answer to that is not at this moment in time, because this game at the moment takes up all my, well, not all my free time, but a significant chunk of my free time. My original goal was to be doing other games in terms of live streaming. So you'll see over my shoulder to the right hand side, or maybe you can't, I don't know, I think you can see it. I've got a little Steam Deck there. So well, for the last 10 years maybe, I've been more of a PC gamer. So I have a Steam account and I have lots of games. And my plan was to start streaming those games. I just unfortunately not had the time, and I've spent all my focus on keeping these streams hopefully interesting, up to date, and just continuing to try and improve my racing. So short answer, yes. Long answer, not at this moment in time, just because the commitment that you have to give to Real Racing 3 in terms of playing hours. But we'll see on that in the future. Okay, so up to the end of lap 10, I am going to win. Remember, this is steering set to low, brake assist off, and traction control set to off. And obviously cheat mode on in terms of cutting these corners. There isn't a cheat mode, you're allowed to do it. But, you know, it's always best, I think, not to do it if you can. And Jose says there's still a lot of cars they could add. There is. I think the key is choosing which ones to add. And so Jose has named a few cars. Indeed. Oh, there we go. Yes, look at that. We have gone up a fame level. So, yeah, there we go. 1,529 gold. The target has already been achieved. Might as well carry on doing a bit more racing though, as we're having a bit of fun on a Friday afternoon, or maybe where you are, a Friday evening. Okay. I'm quite chuffed about that. That's a good target. That puts me in a good place for Monday. So let me just maybe just take a little break. So on Monday, on Monday, I will do the Formula Future event. I suspect that will be a long stream. If it's 8 days, that means it's got 8 stages. Um, yeah, so that might be a long one. Hopefully, I get it done in one day. If not, second part will be done, hopefully, in day 2. I suppose it depends of what servicing options I've got. So I may take that as far as I can and then come back to that on a later date. Then on the Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, I'll split the Nissan R390 GT1 Limited Series into 2 parts. And then on the Thursday and Friday of next week, I will be spending my first gold for some time when I attempt to win the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT in the limited series. Um, Now, I would normally say, um, hopefully, all I have to do is upgrade to free across the board. But I noticed something the other day, and I'd forgotten all about it. To be fair, let me just go in and make sure it was this car. I'm sure it. I'm sure it was. Maybe it wasn't. Yeah, yeah. There we go. So it's not free across the board because the electric cars don't have an exhaust. So it's only got 6 engineering components. So my assumption is this car will also only have 6 engineering components. So I don't know what it's going to be. It's obviously not going to be free across the board. So I'm going to have to play that one by ear, I think. That'd be an interesting one. Yeah, so that's what I've got planned next week, Monday to Friday. So a lock says in regards to Formula Future, 1 to 5 can be done on one day. And Jose's put, the car is fast. Don't worry. Yeah, but you know what I'm like with fast cars. And then the lock says, the next ones are hard. Now, do you mean the next cars or the next stages in Formula Future? So, in other words, stages 6 to 8. Jose says 22 for the Taycan, 22 updates. Oh, right. Okay. John asks, do I spend money in this game? Not real money, no. So I've not spent a penny in this game. I play it for free and I earn R dollars, M dollars, and gold. And only what I earn through playing the game do I then go on to spend. So Jose's put, oh, don't tell me, Jose. Let me find out. Oh, he's put on free on the rest, apart from the brakes and the body, which you'll have to upgrade to 5. Okay. Oh, you just spoiled the surprise. I'm only joking. It's fine. But as I said, we'll find out in detail on Thursday. Right. So let's. So I'm still stuck on 5 gold for the online multiplayer tournament. Yeah. What have we got? Circuit de Catalunya, the club circuit. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's get on racing. I really do want to get up to 6 at the very least. I mean, ideally, I want to get up to 8. But I've been stuck on 5 now for some time. Alox confirms he was on about the stages. Thank you very much. John says I don't spend money in games. Agreed. That's the way to do it. And Josie says, "Oh, sorry, it's okay, Josie. I'm just pulling your leg, my friend. Don't worry about it." Let's go. It's interesting because half the time now I forget I haven't got brake assists on. So I do think I am getting better at this now without brake assists. But I'm just not quite fast enough yet. So that might be another thing. I mean, in terms of next week, it should be okay. But maybe for some of the harder events, I may slip back to brake assists set to low. We'll see how we get on. And again, that was one of the reasons why I didn't rush into the events, to try and improve my capability, my racecraft with brake assists set to 0. Now a couple of players here have left the game. I don't understand why they do that, because you never know what will happen. Somebody could go off, somebody could make a mistake. What you guarantee is points coming off you, as far as I'm aware. There we go, look at that. Third. It's not brilliant. And just adding to the spoiler alert is Ayaka Yokota, who puts the Porsche Taycan Turbo GT needs 376 gold and 1,550,000 R dollars. Well, if that is the case, then it's a good job I've been avoiding doing any upgrades and focusing on doing or trying to do 100 gold every day. And Jose has put, not everything is meant to be known. Exactly. Some things are best being a surprise. Although I do like the idea. One thing that people don't sometimes understand is this, although this game is all about racecraft, there is an element of strategy. And the strategy is always making sure you've got enough gold and enough R dollars to complete an event or a limited series. So what's the betting? I've now gone back up to 6 gold. There we go. Am I going to get any further? Well, might as well carry on. Let's see how we do. Think oh yeah, Mount Panorama now. Now this should be a single lap. Let's see how we get on. So Josie has put, I'm skipping the Bugatti and the Bentley this update. Calculated to spend 1,400 gold. Well, I can't say I blame you if you don't have the cars. You do need to be selective on the cars that you decide to compete in the events to win. For my part, I do have both the Bugatti and the Bentley. So for me, they're the sort of flashback events or limited series events I like to do just to help bolster my gold total. So I think I estimated I'd be spending 350 gold on the Porsche, 350 gold on the Aston Martin, and I've got a really bad feeling I'm going to spend close to 800 or even 900 gold on is it the Zenvo? I mean, no, it's fine, it's okay. Or obviously these guys that are like Class A drivers putting how much it's going to cost, but I think you do need to be realistic and go, well, actually I never get into Group A, So I'm not going to achieve what they've achieved. I'm like a... If I fully upgrade the car, I'm a Group C player. So I'm like C/D. So my immediate reaction is I'm going to have to spend a bit more. Yeah, so I reckon 900 and 700 for the other two cars, which is 1,600. Which I should be all right come next week. That shouldn't be a problem. Look at this, I'm in the lead. It's always better just to be yapping and not really focusing on the racing, I think. Because I've somehow managed to win this. Now, Mount Panorama, generally speaking for me, is one of the tracks that I've sort of come to terms with the braking points. So, yeah, so the next 2 weeks will almost completely be events. I think there's one day where I'll be doing part 16 of competing in multiple series. I mean, obviously, my intention is to do at least one of those a week, because at least every week you do get a new multiple online multiplayer event, and obviously a new weekly time trial. So there you go. I got first with 81. What am I sat at now? I mean, that's got to put me on 7. Right. If I get to 8, I'll be honest, I'm leaving it there because I've struggled all week. So to get to 8 from 5 in one sitting, I'll be happy with. But if I end up back on 5 because of this decision I've just made now, I won't be happy. But there's not a lot you can do about it. So Josie says, when did you become such a smooth driver? It depends on the track. I actually reckon I'm not bad around obviously Mount Panorama, although I will make mistakes. I'm pretty good now around Silverstone. I like still Silverstone. That's a good track. I'm pretty good around Laguna Seca. I'm not good at all around any of the Formula E tracks. So it does depend on the track. It also depends on the car. These cars, you see, give me a grippy car and I'm okay. Give me a car that's terrible on grip and I'm all over the place. Might be waiting a while. But more than anything, Josie, I think it's just about practice, 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 and not worrying when you make a mistake. Remember, every time you make a mistake, it's a step closer to success. That's how you got to look at it. And I know this is just a game, but the same rules apply to anything that involves some form of competition. So yeah, I've just found just keep trying, slowly but surely you improve. Plus, by doing it over and over again, you do get to remember where the actual braking points are, so it does become easier. But again, I'm still slower than if I had brake assist on low, so I've still got some significant improvement to do. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. That's the key. I might be wrong, but maybe this track is working for me. Or maybe I've just been lucky with the races I'm competing against. Oh my word, I can't believe it. Now, I might be in first, but I can see there's like 3 or 4 cars right behind me, so... Indeed, there's one in front of me. Lost it a bit there. And that's cost me dearly, you see, into third. Just a little bit late on the braking there. I could have braked just a little bit later there. Never mind. So it's third. Now hopefully that should still mean I get points with all the people not waiting and quitting straight away. So Jose's put, yeah, practice. I think I've hugged the wall more times than I've hugged my mum in this game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's more of a case for me. It's I've painted more walls in this game than I have in real life. Mickey Chizuru says, I've already completed the McLaren MCL 38 Invitational Series. Only 2 teams left to complete. Well, you've been spending a bit of gold then recently. Blimey. Right, so car needs servicing. And I'm telling you now, if I've got to 8, I'm leaving it there. Boom. We're at 8. Now, we're not far off getting to... we're not far off getting to 9, to be fair. But I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there because I've earned 3 additional gold today. I know when I'm up. I know when I'm doing well. And I know when to leave when I'm in the lead. So I'm going to leave that there for today. Right. Time trial next. Now, interestingly, Mickey's last comment is an interesting one. And isn't this the problem? He's put, my phone is now charging. Then once it's charged, I will be back to racing once again. And that is the limitation of this game because it is a mobile device game. Once your battery is dead I mean, suppose you could technically speaking be charging the device while you're playing. I have done that before, but yes, yes, that can be a problem. Okay, so I'm 1.1 seconds away from only getting into Group D. The best car would appear to be the McLaren 720S Coupe. So let's give this a go. I'm not particularly confident I'm going to improve beyond this, but we'll see. That being said, that's a great start. I had to slow down a bit there though, so my ghost is catching me. Oh, wow. Now then, is it my ghost or is it... It might not be my best lap ghost, that's the problem. We'll wait and see on this one. I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not convinced I'm beating my best time. Oh, right on the edge there. There we go, off. Shame. So I was half a second quicker. No, no. All right. Okay. Let's have another go then. Let's have another go. 147. Not quite as good as last time. Neck and neck with my ghost. No, 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 no point. We'll come back to this if we need to. In fact, do you know what? I'll play some ads. Yeah, that's interesting. It looks to me the key to that isn't to brake, just to release the acceleration. I wish I'd have figured that out about 10 years ago. Okay. All right. Right, don't mess this one up this time, because you're there. Brake early just to make absolutely certain I don't smash. There we go, there we go, there we go. That is D. Look at that. Look at that. Get in. That is D. Can you believe I'm getting excited about getting into D? Never mind. But that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. um, I'm gonna give that another go because I seem to be on a bit of form today. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Sorry, what was it? 1.6 then? Yeah, well, that's not going to happen, is it? Let's have a look. I think that's quite respectable in my team, that. 146.461. That's not bad at all. I always look at what cars people are doing and what the PR rating is to see how I compare. I'm saying that's not too bad. I mean, there is the guy in second in Group D who's got a PR lower than mine. So well done to that person. But overall, I'm quite happy with that. Right, back in 1 second, and then I'll do. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just put the. Let's earn. Let's turn the sound down. No, wrong way. Try the other way. There we go. Let's earn That's going to happen very quickly. Back in 10 seconds. Oh, I never went off screen there. Sorry. You also saw me blowing my nose there. I do apologise. Apologies for that. I turned off the wrong thing. Right, let's see we go again. Come on. Let's get this done. Now all I'm doing here, hopefully, is just consolidating my position in D. And I forgot just to take the foot off the accelerator there. Never mind. Still ahead though. Oh, I like this car. I was a little bit cautious at the end, so maybe I'll take a bit of a risk. It's got to be worthwhile doing. No, lost it all there. Never mind. I think there's still a bit of time to be done there. So Jose's put, he reckons top 1 and 2 are cheats. Well, let's have a look. I always, is it F1GX, that team? I always look for a couple of guys that always seem to be near the top. And look at their times and then compare it to everybody else. They seem to be a good reference point. There we go. That's the end of that car. I'm very happy with what I've achieved there. That's 2 days in a row I've had significant improvement. Right, so let's have a look. Let's see what Jose's on about here. Let's have a look. Yeah. So there we go. The guy in third, F1GX. And normally there's another, there we are. The guy in 7, the team F1GX. Those two guys I find are good references to how fast you can really go. Yeah, Bad B and Bad Boy B seem to be cheats. I would agree with that. I don't even need to look. I can just tell by the times. Whenever there's just a massive gap between the top 10, you know there's a problem. Again, look at from third down to 10th. There's 0.44 seconds. And that's what I would be expecting for the top 10. Very close at the very top. And I don't know who those guys are. And another interesting thing as well is they're not in a team, which again is an immediate red flag. There we go. Right. Okay. So that's the end of the weekly time trial for today. Quite happy with that. What to do next? Now, I did want to do the motorsports, but I did that yesterday, so I might not do it today. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just go through what I do and why I do it. So obviously you can see there my end dollar total is quite high anyway, so there's no requirement to do it. But if I was struggling to go up a fame level today, I would have done in the 2023 season, as I did yesterday, in the Invitational series, I would have done the 20 lap Circuit of America's Grand Prix circuit. I'm not going to do that today now because I've hit my target, and it is a long cup. It's over. I want to say it's over half an hour, so it is a little bit on the long side. But that on a daily basis, if you need to bump up your M dollars, bearing in mind that the daily cap is 250,000, uh, a race or similar to that in one of the other series is very good. This particular cup of 20 laps around Circuit of the Americas earns you 215,000 M dollars, which is very close to the total. And if I had done that and I needed to get to 250,000 M dollars for the day, what I would then do is go to the homepage and do the daily race. Uh, but I wouldn't choose the cup. I would typically choose the head to head. And I would just choose and pick the fastest car. So just for a bit of fun, let's do a couple of these. So we've got an on-loan car. Just out of interest, what is that? Okay. Car at 70, and obviously the Porsche 2021 at 81.6. So we'll select that. Let's see how we get on. It might be a slightly shorter stream now, although it'll still be an hour and a half long. I'll finish off, hopefully, with some time trials on the 12th birthday celebration, because I believe today is the last day. Now here's a track I'm not particularly fond of. You can see they're a little bit more cautious around the corners. But fortunately, because it's a pretty grippy car, any errors aren't quite so severe. But I'm only just ahead. With that improvement on the time trial, not yesterday's time, but the time before that, in fairness, I had done with brake assist on low. So maybe I'm almost hitting that threshold when I might be a little bit quicker on certain tracks with certain cars with the brake assist set to off. So that, I think that's good progress in 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks. There we go. So that's a victory. So all I would do is take that up to as close to 250 as possible, 250,000 M dollars as possible once I've done that 20 lap Circuit of Americas. And then when it's less than 5,000 M dollars to go, I wouldn't do that particular race. I would do an autocross. So we'll just do that as a little bit of fun. 44 seconds. I've still got a bit to learn there, but that's what I would do then, just to complete off the 250,000 M dollars earned in a day. There you go, just under 5,000. I'm not worried about earning any more. I'm almost at the overall cap. Never mind the daily cap. Okay, now I'll tell you what I'm just going to do. The Nissan. Is that Nissan? I mean, it might not even be in here. Is that Nissan that I'm talking about doing next week? Is that R dollars or M dollars? Let's have a look. There we go. So let's go into there. So obviously in the motorsports, I'll just do a quick race with it. Let's do the autocross. I'm pretty sure this is R dollars and not M dollars, but let's just give this a go. See, there you go. There you go, Jose. Just in case you were wondering if my driving was getting any better, as I said, depends on the car. So that might be fun next week with this car. Oh, there we go. R dollars. Okay, so I don't have to worry about doing something with my M dollars, which is fine. So Jose has put, apparently the top 3 could get a car they want for free in the anniversary time trial competition. Well, that's very interesting. And Rapsoy says, what year you start playing Real Racing Free, sir? Well, first off, Rapsoy, welcome along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting in the chat. I'm not entirely sure when I started playing. I think it would have been only slightly after Real Racing 3 was released because I had been playing it a long time. I did put it down for a couple of years. So I'd probably say I've been playing for at least 10 years. That's what I would say. But I reckon it's probably I've been playing for closer to 12. But as I said, I did put it down for a couple of years. Right, let's do the final set of racing today. And that's going to be the 12th birthday time trial competition. Now, unfortunately, I probably have used... No, I've still got a drive left. Maybe what I'll do, I'll see how I get on here. And if I feel that I'm challenging, I'll play some ads to get some more drives. If I'm not, then we'll call it a day there. 209.30 is what I've got to get. Now, speaking of cars that I'm not very good at mastering, this is one of them. That being said, that's a great start. There you go. True to form, started to lose it there. Okay. Can I keep this up? Probably not, probably not, probably not. No, no, no. No, it's a shame. Carry on going, because I want to see how I get on. So there's that corner that I got wrong there, so I need to brake earlier. Let's see how we do for the rest of the lap. Can I close the gap on my shadow? No, because I've just done it again. am tempted to have another go though. I feel something in the air. If I can get those two breaking points right. Look, I'm closing the gap. I was well ahead. There's a second to be had here at the very least. There we go. Jose said he probably had a different beard back then. No, no, it's about the same. And then Rapsoy asks, and is that the only game you really play? It's not. It is the only game at this moment in time that I'm streaming, just because there's so much to it. But in the past, I did play lots of games, mainly PC-based games. Right, I'm gonna have another go at this. I think. I mean, I'm not sure I've got 2.6 seconds to improve on, but I think again by just setting a faster time, it will consolidate my position in D. So let's give that another go. I will have to play an advert though to get a free drive. Unfortunately, it's a long advert. That's a shame. Almost earned though. That's earned. Is that earned? There you go. So Sid enters the chat and says hello. Welcome along. Good to see you again. There we go. So that is a drive earned. Let's turn the audio back up now. And as that now buggers my sound, that's buggered my sound. 1 second while I sort this out. In fact, you know what? Let's just do it without audio because it's messed it up. That might be problematic in terms of using sound to hear where I'm going, but let's see how we get on. Now, I had a cracking start the time before, so let me see if I can do that again. And the answer is no. But I am ahead, but only just. Do you think maybe the key to this car is actually, even though it's not a fast car, braking a lot earlier, obviously, than what I have been doing? And that just seems to increase my lead over my Ghost significantly when I do that. I mean, look at that. I'm 0.4 seconds ahead. So let's get this right. There we go. Mm. Let's see if I can get this right again. And I've completely got the breaking point wrong, but I haven't at least gone off track. But it did wipe my lead out completely, or rather halved it. Let's see if we can push on ahead. Don't go off track. There we go, you see. Look at this. I'm making some serious progress in this one. So no, I'm not going to get to C, but that's going to easily consolidate my position in D. I'll take that. And that's only with 7 upgrades. Um, Kazoo Can't Sleep says, "Why is the game so choppy?" And says, "Hello, sir." Well, hello back. Um, I don't think it's me. Let me just check. I think it's fine, although I have lost the audio now. It does say my stream is good. So there we go. That is an improvement. Still in D. I mean, it's not even showing as if I've moved. Oh, how come that didn't count? That hasn't made any difference. Oh, was I not? Oh, was it a shadow from before? Oh, so there you go. I'm getting excited that I've made massive improvements and I haven't. There we go then. Right. Let's call that a day then. Let's call it there. That's the end of racing for today. I think the key to take away here is that's the end for this moment in time of the competing in multiple series. There will be some more, but they won't be for a while. And the key here was to get to 1,500 by the end of today, which has been achieved. Currently sitting at 1,529. Now, the next live stream will be on Monday, and it will be for the Formula Future 8-day event. I'll be doing this at 1 p.m. UK time on YouTube, and hopefully it will be up on Rumble round about 7 p.m. UK time. So Kazoo Can't Sleep says, "It's been a while. How are you?" I am very well, sir. It's good to see you again, though. I guess that's all to do with the fact that I've been streaming a little bit later. Um, but I will be streaming 1 p.m. on Monday, doing the Formula Future. Um, there won't be any live streams over the weekend. Instead, there'll be a roller coaster video going up, one on Saturday and one on Sunday. And then I'll be back on the Monday, YouTube time, 1 p.m. UK time, Rumble time, 7 p.m. ish UK time. Might actually be 8 p.m. Rumble time. We'll see how big, how long the stream is, and how long it takes to upload to Rumble. Right, so there we go. That's the end of the racing for today. Jose says it's my time to sleep, so bye bye. Well, good timing then on my part because we're just about to wrap up. Um, so Jose, get a good night's sleep. Everybody else, I hope whatever's left of your day is a very good one. Hope to see you on Monday's stream. If you've liked this video, please give it a like. If you'd like more of this, and if you haven't yet on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel The Fifth Guardian, and on Rumble, give the Fifth Guardian channel a follow. Hopefully you'll have a bit of time to have a look at the two roller coaster videos. They are actually water rides and involves me getting wet, which I'm sure you will enjoy. Um, until seeing you all again on Monday stream, um, thank you and goodbye.